Hi, I'm Willie Jones, and today I'll be reviewing Ant-Man for you. Ant-Man is no different, more or less, than any other Marvel movie you've ever seen, except in one capacity. It's hilarious. It's the funniest Marvel movie of all time, and I say that with the utmost confidence. It's completely hilarious, which really comes as no surprise if you consider who the writers are. We're talking about the same writers who wrote Anchorman, Anchorman 2, Hot Fuzz, and Shaun of the Dead. So, I mean, really, it was kind of meant to be more comedic than anything else. Especially with Paul Rudd and Michael Pena, in big parts. You can tell that it was going to be, more funny than any other Marvel movie has been in the past. And really, it needed that. It needed to be funny because there's really nothing aside from the comedy that separates it. Our leading character himself has a story that's, it's a good story for him, I guess. A convict who was doing an act of good, but it was just illegal, so he goes to jail and he comes back for redemption. We've seen it over and over again. It's not very special. Like I said, the plot's predictable, and just all those things. So those comedic moments are really very important. And it was almost satirical in nature. Okay, you know those moments in a superhero movie where there's like a really long monologue or a character reveals something about himself and the dramatic music plays and they close up on his face. Those moments. Well, this movie has those moments, except they either interject or follow it up with some snarky one-liner. It's really brilliant and funny. It's so self-aware that it's almost brilliant in nature. I really give the writers a lot of credit for doing what they do, writing great comedy to set this movie apart. The cast is also very good. Paul Rudd, of course, is a comedic tour de force. Michael Douglas, I mean, who doesn't like Michael Douglas? He provides some of the dramatic anchor. And you have Evangeline Lilly as well, who provides a lot of the good dramatic moments too. For some reason though, I kept mistaking her for Jessica Chastain. I'm sorry, Jessica Chastain. You were not Evangeline Lilly, and Evangeline Lilly is not Jessica Chastain. I don't know why I was confused on that. Moving on. The only bad part I didn't like about the movie was the villain. I love Corey Stoll. I loved him in Midnight in Paris, and I love him in House of Cards, but he just wasn't very good in this movie. I'm not sure if it was either his acting or the directing of his acting, which are, one and the same essentially at times. But his villain was just so overblown, and it wasn't cliche as in, oh, I've seen it before. It was cliche as in, oh, that's just bad. Some of his lines, the portrayal of the character itself, I think just overall it was a bad performance mixed with some pretty, I don't want to say lazy, but bad direction of the villain. The same problem was with the Guardians of the Galaxy as well. But luckily, it's just a minor issue. It's nothing that distracts from the movie too much, so you have nothing to worry about there. And with all of that said, I give this movie 4 out of 5 stars. Because these writers are used to writing more adult comedies, some of the language was a little rough. I was a little surprised by how much of it was in there. So I'm going to recommend it for ages 13 to 18. But overall, it's a very good movie, one of the best entertainments you'll see, and it holds its own against the likes of Age of Ultron or Iron Man or, some of the bigger Marvel movies. Thank you for watching. This is Willie Jones for Kids First. Have a good day.